Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston, Chapter 4, Early Milesian Kings. Eochaid and Etain. Oh yeah, I got that totally wrong. About this time, it happened that the High King of Ireland, Eochaid, being wifeless, and urged by the nobles of his land to take a queen, and for without do thou so, they said, we will not bring our wives to the assembly at Tara. Sent forth to inquire for a fair and noble maiden to share his throne, the messengers reported that Etain, daughter of Etar, is the fairest maiden in Ireland, and the king's journeys forth to visit her. A piece of description here follows, which is one of the most highly wrought and splendid in Celtic or perhaps any literature. Eochaid finds Etain with her maidens by a spring of water, whither she had gone forth to wash her hair. Now, I know that, and a lot of my audience will know, that such claims are made about the Quran, and such claims are made about a lot of faiths. The last line of the Book of Revelations was there before the Book of the four Gospels took their final form, and certainly before they were compiled in a book. So that doesn't apply with that. But certainly the claim of the best literature is attached to pretty much every spiritual path. But let's look at what that may mean. Well, whether she had to wash her hair. A clear comb of silver was held in her hand. The comb was adorned with gold, and near her, as for washing, was a basin of silver, whereon 4 birds had been chased, and there were little bright gems of carbuncles on the rims of the basin. A bright purple mantle waved around her, and beneath it was another mantle ornamented with silver fringes. The outer mantle was clasped over her bosom with a golden brooch. A tunic she wore with a long hood that might cover her head attached to it. It was stiff and glossy with green silk beneath red embroidery of gold, and was clasped over her breast with marvelously wrought clasp of silver and gold, so that men saw that bright gold and the green silk flashing against the sun. On her head were 2 tresses of golden hair, and each tress had been plaited into 4 strands. At the end of each strand was a little ball of gold, and there was the maiden undoing her hair, that she might wash it, her 2 arms out, through the armholes of her smock. Each of her 2 arms was as white as the snow of a single night, and each of her cheeks was as rosy as the foxglove. Even and small were the teeth in her head, and they shone like pearls. Her eyes were as blue as a hyacinth, her lips as delicate and crimson. Very high, soft and white were her shoulders, tender, polished, and white were her wrists, her fingers long and of great whiteness. Her nails were beautiful and pink, white as snow, or the foam of a wave was her neck. Long was it, slender, and as soft as silk. Smooth and white were her thighs. Her knees were round and firm and white. Her ankles were as straight as the rule of a carpenter. Her feet were as slim and as white as the ocean's foam. Evenly set were her eyes. Her eyebrows were of a bluish black, such as you see upon the shell of a beetle. Never a maid fairer than she, or more worthy of love, was till then seen by the eyes of men, and it seemed to them that she must be one of those that have come from the fairy mounds. And Mr. A.H.'s Lehi's translation from a 15th century Egerton manuscript. Heroic Romances, Volume 1, page 12. The story is found in more ancient authorities. The king wooed her and made her his wife, and brought her back to Tara. And Yeohi, okay, I gotta remember Yeohi for the next one. But I can't help but think now that that Ner'gargul's switch for a second stage upon the Mew thing is sort of you know, this vision kind of reminds like this, but this is more detail and less of a star card of the tarot sort of feel to it. But what would this one be? This one would be more like a Temperance. Sort of, you encounter the angel and it's like, but it's really a human.